like, he's looking at Luke and he's like, and we're like,
Well,
Luke,
Vince though, Mighty Boosh moment.
His eyes were like,
total.
His eyes were like, he was so drunk, he was just like, oh, she's very pretty. Pointing at Luke, like, nah, it's a boy. It's a dude.
Hey going everyone, Miller from Black Reno here, and we've got a really cool episode of Housefox Sessions. We've got Hobo Magic from the Sunshine Coast in the studio, and welcome dudes.
How are you?
Fuck yeah, awesome.
Sick. Loving it.
Yeah. So you've been touring around the country for a little while now. This is you're on the last leg of it at the moment. You got Sydney, Newcastle, what else this weekend?
Brisbane the weekend after.
Brisbane the weekend after, and that's it. How's it all been going?
Epic, man.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Man. Yeah.
Been fucking,
Too much fun, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, there's such thing as too much fun, my good man.
Just enough fun.
Mm.
Unlimited amounts.
Moon fun?
Yeah, like
Good.
jumping on a moon.
Yeah.
As if the moon was the landscape and you were just eating it up. And...
Yeah.
Getting a little moon rock, putting it in the bong and smoking it.
Oh.
That much fun.
So what's the highlights been like?
Oh, hanging out with the Moscow boys, I'd have to say, hey.
Radio Moscow.
Yeah.
No, they're
man.
amazing musicians.
Yeah.
Like one of our favourite bands. And yeah, we had the opportunity to play with them in Adelaide, Melbourne and Frankston.
Yeah.
And like, they love the same music we love and like similar humour and shit. So
Sick.
we got along like a house on fire. They love to party,
Yeah.
Big,
That was
night,
great.
big nights afterwards, after the shows and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
What
It was
happened?
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if we divulge too much, we might get a couple phone calls from our agents.
From our agents.
Oh, yeah.
We had fun, put it that way.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah. So it's
We also played a few shows with a band from Japan called Baboon.
yeah.
Baboon?
Yeah, and hung out with them in Adelaide for a bunch.
Oh, yeah. So they came over. Did you meet them when because you guys you toured Japan recently as well, last Feb or something?
We didn't meet them in Japan. We were
No.
Briefly. Oh, we
met their manager.
Yeah.
We were supposed to play a show with them, and it fell through. And she came on their behalf,
Mm.
introduced herself, and then just as things turned out, we ended up playing with them in Adelaide.
Yeah, really cool. They were good.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Really cool.
It's like super high energy.
Fun, stoner rock.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, real sick. And how were the shows in Japan as well? Like talking about that.
Awesome.
Fun, man. Yeah.
Good turnouts.
Yeah,
Yeah, people.
Real small, like, venues. Like, maybe even
Intimate.
the size of this room.
Oh,
So,
really?
But, like,
Played some small stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but
record stores and rehearsal studios and like super DIY gigs. Like met some real like passionate people as well.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to see when you go to another country. Like it doesn't matter if you speak the language. Like it translates throughout every
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
There's people who are that passionate about music and DIY music, and it's like
Yeah.
it's cool to be like going there and people like putting you up and supporting you and stuff. It's like,
Yeah, just
You
helping
sort
out
of meet,
along
like,
the way.
the real people, like, in the scene as well. When you play those sort of shows and hang out in those sort of venues and stuff too, which was really awesome.
Yeah,
Got to meet, like, the real cool Japanese people, real funky.
friendliest people in the world.
Yeah.
So, I've never been to Japan, but they just seem so cool.
No,
Can't wait to go.
Totally.
You can
So
drink on the
hospitable.
street as well.
You can drink on the street.
7-Eleven does like cheap beers, so we're just rolling around, seeing the sights, having a couple of cold ones. It's awesome.
It's wicked.
Yeah,
Wicked.
fucking
It
rad.
was definitely cold ones. It was cold. Very cold.
Beyond cold ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking of DIY as well, like you guys got a pretty solid DIY ethic.
Yeah.
You've been like charging for the last few years with touring around Australia, working your butts off basically, and then also all your recording you're doing yourselves. You were telling me as well, like your dad's the master engineer,
Yeah, he's the
which
one.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. So he's got his head screwed on with it, and he kind of brought us up on the music we listen to.
Yeah. Good.
And like the groovy, heavy rock and roll stuff. So he's
Yeah.
been playing in bands. He's got a head for it.
Yeah,
So he kind of like, as we grew up and started playing music, he wanted to record us. So he's gotten better as years have gone along.
yeah,
So now we're at the point where it's like we're confident that he knows what he's doing, and it doesn't cost much.
yeah,
Well, it doesn't cost anything really.
yeah.
Just beers. We just buy a case of beers and all hang out. And
So do you go and hire a studio space? Do you do it in the house? Do you do it in the garage? What's the sort of...
We hire a studio space for the drums,
Yeah,
and then guitars is all at Pops' house.
yeah,
He's
Yeah.
got like a little isolation booth that he's kind of made up in the house, and cool little
Wicked.
studio space.
wicked.
yeah, so
That's really cool.
it's cool. Go around, get a bit of mum's cooking while we're there. And
Yeah.
just hang out and record.
Shout out to Mama Helen.
Yeah, Mama
Put on
Helen's.
speeds.
Is she doing backup vocals?
Yeah, we're thinking about it.
Couple of wines.
Yeah.
Chill.
A couple of gins into her.
Gin and tonics.
That's really cool. So, like, you guys have been going for 8 years, since you're like 14 years old or something, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, we've,
Long time, mate.
me and
Yeah.
Greasy have been playing together that long.
Yeah.
I think the first song we wrote, we were probably like 13.
Yeah.
Sat on the top of my driveway.
Yeah, man.
We were like, fuck yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make a band.
Sick.
And then just progressed. Had a couple of drummers and found Luke and solidified the lineup and solidified the sound as well. Yeah, so ever since Luke joined, we've just been full
Smashing
steam ahead
it.
sort of thing.
Yeah, it was the last little piece of the puzzle.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Perfect piece of the puzzle, I might add.
Perfect, man.
Oh.
it's like,
So pretty.
Yeah,
cheese
sick.
and fine wine, isn't it?
Hey?
Got the
Cheese and fine wine.
Yeah. So, what was happening on the Central Coast? Oh, sorry, Sunshine Coast, when you were 14, gig-wise?
Not much,
Like,
man.
Yeah,
Not much.
we cut our teeth at like parties.
yeah.
There was like we were 14 and all the people like a couple of years older than us were into like heavy metal, thrash metal, although Black Sabbath, where like our roots
yeah.
come from there. And
Yeah.
so my older sister knew a lot of people and obviously spread the word of it. It was like, oh, my brother's in a band, and we ended up playing heaps of wild parties like to people who were like 5 years older than us. Just we had our loose nights, just playing
Just getting wrecked at a
Wild-
party playing
Yeah.
tunes.
we play like 3 hours sets and just like, just party until at night. There was no, you can't play it. There was no gigs, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Mm.
And then, we just ended up playing with like, there wasn't many rock and roll bands on the coast.
No,
There was a lot of like punk, a lot of hardcore metal and stuff, but
We sort of had to work our way to Brisbane and started playing gigs in Brisbane, and then that sort of got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
But it was pretty difficult until we like turned 18. With like even trying to tour and everything, like. So until we were 18,
You're not 18, the venues won't have you in there.
Yeah, that's it. And we were sneaking
fix it.
around, like we were just like wouldn't tell them or whatever. But as far as touring was concerned, it made it pretty difficult. So we had to sort of wait out. It was good. We got our chops up and
Yeah.
had some wild memories.
Yeah.
It was awesome, good times.
Yeah, wicked. Because so I guess as soon as you turned 18, you started going hard, right?
Mm.
Because I remember hearing about you guys, I think like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was like, oh, have you checked out that band, Hobo Magic? And I had a listen. I was like, oh, this is cool, So that's sort of how long I've been following you.
Sick.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
And then I just kept seeing Hobo Magic pop up. Hobo Magic fucking everywhere, Now I was just like, oh, these dudes are cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, getting out and doing a lot of stuff pretty much as soon as you could, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're just hungry for it.
Yeah.
Hungry for rock and roll.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah,
I can understand
yeah.
Yeah.
Like starved animals, man.
that. Yeah.
In a wood full of meat, just rolling around, just biting bits off and just going crazy.
Nibbling in.
Juicy meat.
Awesome. So, you got this new album coming out later this year,
Yeah.
and you're part of the way through recording it.
Yeah.
What's left? What have you done? What's left? And when's it happening? Is there a name of the album?
Yes, but
Oh yeah.
you will discover this in due time.
Ah, so you've got the title.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes the fucking hardest thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
How are you going with yours, mate?
I've got no idea. I've got no idea. Struggling at that point, but yeah.
we've done all the drums and a few bits of guitar,
Mm.
and we're just gonna so we recorded it all live, and then we'll just add on the overdubs and layers from there.
Yep.
Probably like November, December. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we drop the album.
if all things go well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll releasing a single that we played today.
Yeah.
That'll be the first song.
What's the song called you played today? Come on.
We don't have a name for it.
Oh,
We-
yeah, that's
We have a
all
name for
right.
the album.
The
We don't
album's
have
alright,
a name
though.
for
Yeah,
that
we didn't-
song.
I thought I was catching you off guard with the
Nah,
album. I
like-
thought it was that. You said you didn't have it. I was like, what's the album title?
We're like,
Yeah,
we called it Prince of Wales, but it's not what we called that.
Prince of Wales.
Yeah, we've had the song written.
Yeah.
We wrote it when we were like 16.
This one here.
Yeah, the one we just played,
Shit.
and then we like
You're
reworked
writing
it.
that when you're 16. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we're just like, fuck it, we bring it back, and we added a little bit more shit to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was called Prince of
Luca
Wales.
fired it as well.
Yeah,
that's
Luca fried it.
Yeah.
Luca fried it.
I got your back, Luca.
Yeah, he fried it.
Luca
man.
fried it.
It was fucking done. But yeah, so we're gonna work on a new title for it.
Yeah. Any suggestions? Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send your emails to habomagicofficial@gmail.com.
Terms and conditions apply.
With this album, what's changed compared to? Is there any differences from the EPs or like what's going on there, direction wise?
Yeah. There's a bit of change.
Is there a little bit of growth, a little bit of?
Yeah, of course.
I think so. Yeah.
Bit more dynamics.
Yeah.
The songs go for like longer, so there's more time for us to explore. Yeah, different passages and stuff.
Yeah.
Like our last album was very intense. There was like a few sections of like mellow bits and stuff. But yeah, with this new one, like a lot of the songwriting, there's a lot of dynamic up and downs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been fun.
Definitely.
So we're like
Yeah.
stoked to like get it, on vinyl, and it'll be an album where you just sit down and put it on and cruise the whole thing rather than it be like punchy songs. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's more of like a sit down and listen kind of record.
It's a journey.
Yeah, like
Journey.
yeah, like Rush. Like we love Rush.
But even like the fact that they're long wasn't intentional. It just kind of was how they came out.
Yeah, it's not necessarily let's see how long this can
Yeah,
go
yeah,
for.
yeah.
It's just let's
Yeah.
play it until it ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see where the song takes it, as opposed to like, it's 5 minutes. We should probably wrap it up now.
Yeah.
It's something to get on the radio.
Bring the
or
chorus
some
back
shit.
in. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did that like with the
Fade
song
out.
we played today. It was like, oh yeah, that'll be like punchy single. It'll be like 5 minutes
it
long.
goes for 6 minutes.
It goes for 8, I think.
8
I
minutes.
was like,
is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And like we were like, yeah, no, it'll be punchy.
that'll be the
like,
short one. And then
That'll be the
That's
one.
the single.
And they
yeah.
were like,
I like it when you're
fuck, it's 8
thinking.
minutes. Shit. Yeah, that's just how it goes, I guess.
That's how it goes on the moon.
Yeah.
yeah.
In the
When you're walking.
And you fucking,
smoking moon rocks.
there's no moon rocks getting smoked, Mark.
Awesome.
Crazy bastard.
So what was this? What was this story we heard last night about Mr. Wing? Someone started it, but no one finished it.
Alright. So we were in Bundaberg last year, playing at the Globe Hotel. And old Roddy that runs the pub, it was like late, and all the punters that were left and the bands and stuff, he was like, oh, shout you guys a feed at the Chinese joint next door.
Yep.
We're like, fuck yeah, sweet. And then we roll in, and yeah, the owner's a legend. He's sat down with us and he's giving us cigarettes and giving us free booze and all sorts. I'm like,
At the Chinese restaurant.
Like,
yeah,
the restaurant was
smoking inside.
closed.
It's like,
Smoking. Yeah, he was
The
awesome.
restaurant was closed, and then he opened it back up just.
Oh,
for us.
okay, yeah.
Smoking
Well-
inside.
Sat down, he like yelled at his wife. He's like, yeah, get cooking, and like he just came and sat down with us, and
we were like, oh no.
we're like,
Oh no.
this guy's a bit of a legend. He's a legend. We're having a chat to him, and
He's real happy, pouring his goon
Yeah.
at like wine out of a
Yeah.
goon bag, and like, this is the best night ever. Anyway, time goes on. We have a feed, and everyone gets a bit more looser, and Mr. Wing's getting a bit more loose, and
yeah,
he couldn't really speak English, but he kept going to me and Greasy. He's
yeah.
like, oh, you very nice boys, you very nice young boys.
He's like,
I love you, I love you.
And he's
What's
talking
that
about his daughter, and he was like, oh, you marry my daughter, or my wife, or he's like, you fuck my wife. And when I was like, yeah, like, woo, yeah, okay, cool, like, and then he's like, he's looking at Luke, and he's like, oh, she very pretty.
Pointing at Luke across the table.
And we're like, oh,
Well,
Luke,
Vince Noir,
Yeah.
Marty Bush moment.
His eyes were like,
Total.
His eyes were like, he was so drunk, he was just like, oh, she's very pretty. Pointing at Luke, like, nah, it's a boy, it's a dude. Like, no, she's very pretty. Like, and then he goes, I fuck girl and boy to us, and we're like, okay, like,
no, like, hell Lukey over. We're like, all right.
And
Just,
Luke-
just
Luke's-
do what you expect when you walk into the Chinese restaurant to get some dinner.
Luke's got no
Man,
idea
what the
that
fuck
we've
you-
done this,
Yeah,
but
I've
we've
got
like,
no
we've
idea.
like, oh yeah, no, like Luke will be keen, sort of
Yeah.
thing to Mr. Wing. And anyway, Mr. Wing thinks that Luke's keen, so like, what does he
They
do?
like sat down next to each other.
He sat next to me, and I was just like super grateful. I was like, oh, dude, thanks for having us. Thanks for the feed. Like, the hospitality, it's epic. And he's getting real close, and I'm thinking, like, yeah, this guy's a legend. Like, you know,
It's cool.
Yeah.
he's vibing. I'm vibing.
He was cool.
He was, yeah. And then, yeah. Oh, God. He put his, like, finger over my lips, and it was just like, you're a
touching
pretty girl. I'm like, what? He's like, I like lady and gentleman. I was like, and then I realized exactly what was going down. I was like, nobody likes me for me, man.
It's just for your looks.
This is my
Just 'cause
body,
you're so
man.
pretty.
Did he like smack your ass and shit?
on the way out, kind of like excuse myself from the situation.
And Luke like ran out.
Yeah,
like,
got
what the
too
fuck's
much,
going on?
like, he ran out.
And he's
of
like,
it.
I like him. I like him very much.
And all the other boys were out the back having a cigarette, and I went out and I was like, dude, Mr. Wing's totally hitting on me, and they just pissed themselves laughing.
It was
Because
set
it's like
up.
the running thing, man. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
We got set up.
yeah.
Luke got
Totally
set
set
up.
up.
But we got a Chinese feed out of it, so
It was
whatever.
good.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Imagine if he somehow sees this.
Dude, I got his card.
You'd
man.
probably
I
be
was gonna
chuffed.
Call him up.
Oh, I mean,
He gave me his
he's
card.
A
He's
good,
like,
he's a
"You
really
bang my
good
dog."
bloke. But, you know,
Well, thanks for coming in, dudes.
No worries.
no worries.
that
That was
one, bro.
perfect. That was good.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun day. And it was fun last night. It was cool too. Catching up, having some beers and,
Yeah.
and
That was
you know,
sick.
Having a
good
cookie.
cookies. That was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, thanks for coming in.
Thanks
Really,
for having us,
yeah, it was really
man.
great having you in the studio. And yeah, everyone out there, we've got this really cool live jam of Hobo Magic. It's going to be one of the tracks off their upcoming album. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. No doubt you'll be doing some fucking kick-ass tour off the back of that as well later in the year,
Sure we
Yeah.
will.
which will be monster and epic as hell. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out Hobo Magic. And we'll see you dudes and girls later.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, man.
Into the future to be just